Welcome to Wealth Coffee Chats, folks, for your daily live updates. Get the most out of today's episode by participating in the chat. Make sure you ask some questions, be part of the conversation, have a bit of fun, grab a coffee or a tea, take some notes, and get ready to start your day, folks. Quick few housekeeping rules, though. No spamming, no advertising or self-promotion in the chat. That's not on. Be kind and respectful to everyone when participating. And most of all, have a good time. Real estate investing can be your biggest asset. It also can be your most expensive asset when it comes to getting it right or getting it wrong, folks. It can be time-consuming, stressful, and that's why here at Positive, we have what's called a 6-star team, a full-service team that provides integrated wealth and property investing solutions and services simply designed to help you progress towards your goal of passive income through your property portfolio, folks. Make sure you check out our other podcasts on the Positive Mentor Network. Not only is there Wealth Coffee Chats, there's the Urban Property Investor. Drops every Wednesday with straight talking investing strategies and lessons with Sam Saggers. Property Investor Tales. This is where our clients, you guys, share real life stories from property investing, hosted by some of our advisors and strategists. And that's done every fortnight, dropping every Monday. Wealth, Wine and Wisdom, folks, that debriefs the week that was in the world of finance and property, hosted by yours truly, Jason Witten and Andy Fenton on Fridays. Hey, good morning, folks.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chat.
Hope you're well, folks, wherever you are.
There it is, team. Morning. Morning, wherever you're tuning in from today.
Early bird gets the worm, they say. Here at Positive, we offer a 6-star team. It's a team that help you at every stage of your wealth creation journey.
General advice disclaimer. The information provided is general in nature and does not take into account your personal objectives, financial situation, or needs. Before acting on any information, you should consider whether it is appropriate for your circumstances and seek professional advice from a licensed financial advisor. While every effort has been made to ensure the accuracy of the information, it is not guaranteed. It is based on our understanding of regulations and laws as at the publication date. As these are subject to change, you should talk to a professional advisor for the most up-to-date information. Any examples or illustrations provided are for illustrative purposes only and are not a guarantee of future performance. We do not accept any liability for any loss or damage incurred by reliance on the information provided. Any opinions expressed are subject to change without notice. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and all investments carry risks. Neither the hosts, guests, nor any affiliated entities accept liability for any loss or damage arising from reliance on the information provided. By listening to this podcast and viewing this presentation, you acknowledge and agree to these terms.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back for 2026 in the financial planning world with myself, Alex. It's been a well-deserved break over the last sort of months and a little bit. So looking forward to coming back for the second half of the financial year and bringing you guys up to date with all the things that are happening in finance and the financial planning world. Welcome back. And apologies for sort of a 10-minute delay. Was trying to get all my tech stack ready to go. And was a little bit asleep this morning, or maybe it was me. I'm not sure. But anyway, let's get into it. Let's not waste time and have a look at, what it is, 2026. I don't know how about you guys, but I checked out for about 2 weeks. Just didn't want to know anything about markets, news, nothing. So went away, had a great break. And when I came back, it was crazy stuff that I was seeing, right? So, let's have a look at a couple of things that have happened since the start of the year. It's only been just under a month now, and heaps is going on. So, morning, Pat. Good to see you. I told you I'll be back, and here I am. I'm back. So, what's going on, right? So, look, let's start with the inflation rates that came out yesterday, right? So, well above where they should be. We expected that end of last year. The inflation pressure is there. So the RBA is meeting next week. The indication is that they'll likely look to bump up the rates, 25 basis points. So, it's one of those things that you always need to factor into your planning and into your strategy. It's not always going to be interest rates falling on the way down. We do need to allow for things like this happening in the future. And this year, I would imagine it'll be very, very volatile with everything that's going on, and we'll probably touch on that throughout future months. So obviously the inflation, 3.8. We need to be at 3, way above. 6 consecutive months of high inflation. So as I mentioned, likely a rate rise next week. Well, what would that mean for the equity markets? Probably a short-term drag on the shares, but as always, the markets are looking forward. So, depending on how the meeting goes next week, the markets will price in whether there's going to be another rate rise or not. So, we've seen a few banks already come out and increase their fixed rates already. So that's a good indicator as to what's to come. So overseas, Trump is getting busy again. Start of the year, he didn't even wait. So, there's actions in Latin America, Venezuela, Greenland. There's all these things happening. The tariffs are back on the table for the European countries. So all of these things are creating a lot of volatility in the market, and we're seeing a bit of up and down in the equities. So, you look beyond, crypto has fallen off a little bit over the last couple of months. I think last time I saw it was about 20% down. So very volatile environment. The only winner at the moment is looking like commodities. You've got your oil, you've got your gold, you've got your silver. These items are currently on fire, which makes sense. Volatility, everyone runs to something safer. Even cash, right? So you're looking at cash. The US dollar is sitting at its lowest. Aussie dollar on the other side is actually doing quite well. I think it's about highest in the last 3 years, which is I guess good for if you're trying to import, but not so great if you're looking to export. So yeah. So look, 2026, right? So in my world, that's half time, right? Because we work on financial years. So what do we do at half time, right? We review how we've gone the first half of the year, and we prepare ourselves for the last half, because that's where you make all of your gains or losses, right? So even if the first 6 months were relatively bad or poor, or you didn't go to plan, well, the 6 months now will be the 6 months where you make gain and you actually move forward. So a few things to look at, right? Have a look at your goals, have a look at your strategies. Do you need to make any changes? If yes, what are they? Who do I need to connect with in terms of my team? Is there someone in the broking world? Is it my accountant? The accountant will be very important in a couple of months' time. So when you get to the last quarter of this financial year, you've got tax planning that you should be aware of and preparing for. So everything needs to happen sort of now in the lead up to the last couple of months, because you don't want to be running around and trying to find things and, what do I do now? It's all about consistency, right? It's about being consistent with your investment, with your strategy, and applying that into your model. So, you've got your health objectives, you've got your, maybe you're back into the gym. So for me, I think this is the most important month of the year in terms of motivation, because everyone has their New Year's resolutions, and perhaps on the finance side, that could be a really good time for you to actually have that as one of your resolutions, to get all my stuff together and work out where I'm going to be moving forward for the next 6 months. Because believe it or not, we are 2 days out from the end of Jan. Then you're into Feb. You've got a couple of breaks there, public holidays and whatnot, and then you're straight into tax. So the time is running out. So make sure that you prepare, review all of your strategies, and be prepared for a bit of volatility. Next week will be interesting. On Thursday, I believe we'll be discussing something that may be as a result of the RBA announcement on Tuesday. So let's get ready and let's have a good 2026. So just a quick and short one today, guys, because I was a few minutes late. But next week, we'll start talking about perhaps some strategies and impacts and what's going on in the world. So thank you for your time, and I'll catch you all next week. See you later.
Thanks for watching another episode of Wealth Coffee Chat, folks. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you never miss a thing when we go live. Improve your portfolio and investing game, folks, with Wealth Coffee Chats live every morning at 8:10 each weekday. Make sure you join us. Previous episodes are also available wherever you get your podcasts, folks, as well as our other podcasts from the 6-Star team here at positivementor.com.au.